Hey guys, it's that time of year. I'm going to share with you my top 10 favorite films of 2018. These are the 10 films for me that personally impacted me in some way, shape, or form. These are 10 films that I feel represent the best filmmaking of the 2018 film year. I feel that these 10 films really represent what film is all about, what film can do for people, how it can impact us and improve us, enhance our lives, entertain us. Um, do everything that film is supposed to do. So these 10 films for me are my personal top 10. I'm sure they're very different from everybody else's, but these are 10 films that impacted me the most. And as any top 10 list, the further we get into the list, the more I enjoyed that given film. So we're going to start at number 10, work our way to number 1, which will be my favorite film of the year. So let's go over my top 10 favorite films of 2018. At number 10, we have Incredibles 2. We waited 14 years for Brad Bird to give us a sequel, and he didn't disappoint. It was a great follow up story. He left off right where the first Incredibles film ended. I was hesitant about that choice at first, but it ended up being a great choice. I definitely felt like everything I loved about the first Incredibles film went back into this one. It definitely gave me more of the goods. It avoided the bads where it could. Definitely a great film. I personally like Incredibles 1 a little bit more, but I think it's a great follow up, it's a great sequel, and it's a great film from Pixar. It's at number 10 on my list. At number 9, we have Avengers Infinity War. We waited 10 years for Marvel to give us this big, huge Avengers film ever since we've been anticipating it since 2008's Iron Man and Nick Fury approached Tony Stark at the end of that movie about an Avengers initiative. And obviously, with Thanos being the baddest of the bad in the Marvel movies, we've been waiting for this battle for a long time. And the Russo brothers did not disappoint us. I think this is a great film. It makes you think. The ending makes you kind of takes you off guard because it's something different than we haven't really seen in Marvel films before, and it makes you think, and it makes you think about what you value and what these heroes value and what they stand for. Even small things like Captain America not really calling himself Captain America. He wants to be Steve Rogers. He wants to be this universal, more than just a planet soldier. He wants to represent everything, every form of life. Being Captain America isn't big enough. You got to go bigger. You got to be yourself, and you got to go out there and get it. So Avengers: Infinity War has tons of themes like that. It's a great movie. Josh Brolin was very scary as Thanos. There's just tons of things I love about it, and I hope Avengers: Endgame does not disappoint next year. Avengers: Infinity War is a great film, and it's at number 9 on my list. At number 8, we have A Quiet Place. I'll be honest, at first I kind of wasn't digging this film at first, but once I sat down in a theater and kind of gave it a chance, this film is great. It has a great sense of atmosphere. Definitely one of the best use of silence in a film I've seen in a long time. And when it does have audio, when it does have sound, it makes full good use of that. It terrifies you. These aliens are scary and terrifying. Just the overall concept of if you make any noise at all, you're done. And even if you're not done, these aliens are going to scare you and try to hunt you. And the way that John Krasinski directed this film, and I think him and Emily Blunt, who's his wife in real life, they kind of toyed around with this idea over the past couple years, and it turned out to be a great film. It sounds like they're already going to make a sequel, which hopefully will be as good as this one. A Quiet Place is number 8 on my list. It really has a great sense of atmosphere in that movie. At number 7, we actually have a film that I think is going to surprise a lot of people. I think it was amazing. I really like this film a lot. I thought it was a great follow up to this franchise that really needed a great film after a very bad one a couple years ago, and that's Halloween. This is David Gordon Green's reboot slash sequel to the franchise. It erases the timeline. Everything that happened after the first Halloween did not happen. It's 40 years after the very first one, and I thought this was great. I really thought it was a great Michael Myers story. I love what they did with Laurie Strode. I definitely liked how the things that worked in H2O and the original Halloween 2 and things that worked in some of the previous Halloween sequels didn't necessarily make those movies good, though. I think I liked how they played off of that. I just liked the overall vibe of the movie. It was realistic. They went for more natural Michael Myers. They didn't worry too much about the supernatural stuff. I just thought it was a great film, a great follow up. It's great to see a good Halloween film after all these years of kind of garbage Halloween films. I really got to say. So I really like this new one a lot. Halloween is number 7 on my list. At number 6, we have Green Book. I've been saying for years, if the Farley brothers directed a drama, I think they could come back. Unfortunately, it was just one of the Farley brothers, not both of them this time. One of the Farleys listened, they directed a drama, and man, oh man, this is a great drama, and it's one of their best films in years. I've loved the Farley since day one. I love Dumb and Dumber. I love There's Something About Mary. I love Shallow Hal. I love Kingpin. I love all these films that they've made over the years. They've made a lot of clunkers, though, and they were kind of in the stink pile for a while. Green Book got them out of that stink pile and gave them a shower and brought them back to where they should be. I think this is a great movie. It takes everything we love about the Farley brothers and makes a great film. It focuses on the drama. It focuses on racial things that were going on at the time the film takes place in. Viggo Mortensen, Mahershala Ali have great performances. They have great chemistry. Definitely one of the most interesting friendships in a film I've seen in a long time. It's funny. You remember everything that happens in it. You really just care about everybody. By the end of the film, I cared about these characters. I wanted them to be happy. I wanted them to succeed and be with their family and have good jobs and find happiness and teach other people about things that they've learned about life and make sure people don't fail anymore and people find success everywhere. It was just a great movie. It was a great redemption film for the Farleys. I really hope they focus on more dramas here in the future, and hopefully next time we get both Farleys this time and not just the one. So I thought it was a great movie. Green Book is number 6 on my list. At number 5, we have Mission Impossible Fallout. I love action movies. It takes a lot for me to really say I'm really impressed with the action in a movie. There's great action movies. I've seen good action scenes in movies. Mission Impossible Fallout, I remember leaving the theater on this movie and be like, that action in that movie was amazing. They really did an amazing job, really getting amazing, realistic, real looking action in this movie. If you want Tom Cruise to jump out of a plane, he does it. If you want him to break his foot during a jump over building to building, he does it. He holds on for dear life while a helicopter's flying and he's holding on to the cargo. Just amazing stuff. Just absolutely incredible stuff. And it's a great story. I love how I kind of like the sequel feeling in this one. I know some of the previous ones, that is kind of the point to make it feel fresh. I really like how the things that happened earlier are kind of all coming together now, whether it's earlier agents and earlier films, whether it's the Michelle Monaghan, Tom Cruise relationship and kind of where that's at. It's just an interesting movie. It has great action. Everything I love about Mission Impossible, the franchise, is in this movie, and I think it's possibly some of the best action in the franchise. I think Mission Impossible 3 is still kind of my personal favorite pick in the franchise, but as far as action goes and where the franchise is going, Mission Impossible Fallout did not disappoint. It's a great sequel and a great action movie. At number 4, we have Black Panther. I really like this film a lot. I've been following Ryan Coogler since day one. I've seen Fruitvale Station. I've seen Creed. He was involved with Creed 2 a little bit. He didn't direct it though. I really like what he did with this film. Actually, I really liked what he did with the villain. Him and Michael B. Jordan really do have great screen chemistry, and they really work together on film. I feel. I really liked the direction they took with the Black Panther character. I liked all the culture in this film. They didn't just make another superhero film. They really did make a cultural, great, message-driven movie. And the villain, I thought, wasn't just the bad guy. He kind of had a point. There's even some certain points in the movie where you're kind of rooting for Michael B. Jordan's character. And I just really like what Ryan Coogler did with it. I feel like he is improving for every film that he makes. Hopefully the next film after Black Panther will be even better for him if with this direction he's taking. Really great director, really great film. I was very impressed with Black Panther. It makes it in at number 4 on my list. At number 3, we have probably the most emotional I felt during a film over 2018, and that's the current remake of A Star is Born. This movie is amazing. Bradley Cooper is a great director. Really want him to direct more films. Lady Gaga is a terrific actress. I want her to act in more movies. This film is emotional. It shows how inspirational music can be. It just shows how powerful music can be, how it can bring people together, how it can start careers, how it can get you out of that job you don't like and just pursue something that other people are going to be impacted by. It can also show you how fame can hurt you and improve you, but for the most part hurt you. It can really show you how a really bad choice you make while you're famous and when you have a lot of money and your family's looking up to you, one really bad choice can hurt everybody, not just your family. It can hurt your fans. It can hurt the people around you. It can hurt your neighbors. It can hurt everybody. And I would say the final 4 minutes of this film is so powerful. I was crying in the theater. It was just a quiet house when I was seeing the movie. Um, just a terrific movie. It really is terrific. I thought the way it was acted, the way it was written, the way it was directed, the way the music was done. It's just an experience. It's not just a great movie. It really is an experience in and of itself. I really want Bradley Cooper to make more films. Uh, I love this film. A Star is Born is number 3 on my list, so you can only imagine how I really feel about the other two films that are higher up on the list. But A Star is Born is number 3. Please be sure to check that one out. It's very, very good. At number 2, we have Ready Player One. Look, I've been a Steven Spielberg fan since the man directed movies. I've watched Jaws. I've watched E.T. I've watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've watched Schindler's List. I've watched Jurassic Park. I've watched War of the Worlds. I've watched Catch Me If You Can. I've followed this man almost his entire career. Even since I was born, I caught up very quickly with this man after seeing just how talented he is. Ready Player One did not disappoint me. Steven Spielberg has been saying for years that he's wanted to make a film that shows his passion for video games. And Ready Player One is a great book, and it's a great way to kind of express that feeling in a film that you've wanted to do for years. It's just a great movie. I love the characters. I love all the homages. It's very nostalgic. I felt proud to be a gamer while watching the movie. It's not just about gaming too. It's just about pop culture and loving things and being fans of things and really kind of cherishing these great things that human beings have made. All the stuff with James Holiday, I think the character's name is, all the stuff he made and kind of how that impacted people. And he didn't just want to give away his fortune. He really wanted to give away his fortune to the right person, the person that really understood where he was coming from. And I just think it's a terrific movie. If you have not seen Ready Player One, please see it. Like I said, I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan. It did not disappoint me. I love video games. It's so great to see a talented director take on such a great story involving such a great subject matter. Ready Player One is number 2 on my list. At number 1, for those who know me really well, you probably already know what it is. At number 1, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet. I've loved the first Wreck-It Ralph film in 2012. I still love it. I think it's one of the best films of that year, and there's a lot of really great movies that year. Ralph Breaks the Internet is a very, very close call sequel in the sense that it's almost as good as the first one, and that's saying a lot because I love the first one. This one has messages about the internet, about video games, about human beings, about being friends with people. What's a healthy friendship? What's an unhealthy friendship? Um, about creating content, about creating good content. Why is it good? Why is it bad? Why does that impact people? Ralph Breaks the Internet covers so many great things. I can't even cover it in this entire video or we could go on forever. Even small things like having Disney properties, Marvel properties, things that Disney's known for, things that Amazon's known for, things that eBay's known for, things that you hear about with World of Warcraft relationships. That also applies to Ready Player One. Just everything, almost everything I would want out of a movie is in Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's great stories, great characters, great everything. I love everything about it. It's my number 1 favorite film of the year for very good reason. So be sure to see Ralph Breaks the Internet if you have not seen it yet. So that's my top 10 favorite films of 2018, you guys. Let me know down below what some of your favorites were, and hopefully 2019 will be a great year for movies.